want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Welcome into Box Office Quarterbacks. I'm back at it again with my friends Gerald. Eric, it's good to see you, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while. I know life's been crazy, but you got engaged. You're getting a house. I just want to say congrats to you right off the top.
And I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys. Man. I missed here talking movies with y'all, and I'm glad to hop on this one and get talking about the summer movie slate that's coming up.
Yeah, for sure. And we have two specific summer movies we're talking about today. The Flash, which is getting such insane hype right now. Someone on Twitter said it's like LeBron coming out of high school is the level of hype we're getting. So we're going to start there. Gerald, I'm going to start with you. Tell us your thoughts on the latest trailer of The Flash and all the insane hype that is going into it right now.
Yeah, I mean the latest trailer definitely showed some more stuff. Not a lot of new stuff. Just I guess like little things here and there. Like it actually showed the suit fully, I believe. So I mean, there's a lot of hype with this movie, and it's really weird, right? The situation that surrounds this movie is just a weird one in general with Ezra Miller and their alleged or convicted crimes. I don't even know at this point, but it's a really weird vibe with it. It's really hard to really promote a film when the main star is also such as I don't know what you even want to call it. Is Ezra Miller a person like that with that kind of history right now? So it really, to me, with all the hype that we are getting, is making it a little more like, man, maybe this movie really is good. Because if it's seeing past the whole summer of Ezra Miller that we had last year, then it must be really freaking good.
And they were never going to shelve this movie no matter how much Ezra Miller was getting in trouble, because I think it cost like $200 million, and there was no way they were gonna let this go. But I completely agree with you, Gerald. Like, I mean, you can't talk about this movie without talking about the nonsense Ezra Miller was doing last summer. You look back at it now, it's just like I feel like all the hype that it's getting, obviously it's just like, you know what? Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Like, a lot of it, you see it from WB execs, and they're just like, "Oh, this is the greatest superhero movie ever." Blah blah blah. But it's like, yeah, like let's calm down. Let it be good, because if we go into the theaters and we watch this and it's not as good as everybody thinks, then we're gonna start talking about like, wait, how do we get to this point? But we're almost setting ourselves up for failure if it's now nowhere near Dark Knight levels, whereas what I saw somebody say.
Yeah.
But
that was a bit crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's relax here. Like, let's calm down. We'll see the movie and we'll be the judge of ourselves. But I mean, the trailers have been all right. I mean, it's just also too, for me, it's just like, what is DC showing me that I could trust?
Like, the PR spin is crazy because they're like, Tom Cruise watched this movie and personally called the director, and I was like, okay. And
when you can't get your star to be the one promoting it, so you have to get other stars that are completely unrelated to the project to promote it, that's a problem.
Is Michael Keaton going to do this press run? Like, who's doing it?
Well, yeah. I don't know. And I think this movie will end up making sense to the DCU we end up with, because I do think James Gunn and and I do agree with Eric, like some of the shit they've been saying, like this, the Dark Knight stuff, and then the whoever the hell you just mentioned, Tom Cruise or whoever the hell watched it, was good. That's some crazy shit. But like when I saw people like Straw Hat Goofy on TikTok, and that's a guy that I watch, and I typically like the stuff he likes. When he said it was good, I was like, okay, well maybe I can trust him. I'm not ready to jump on the bandwagon and like fly the Flash flag around my city or nothing, but like, I'm ready to at least be like, okay, I'll go see it opening weekend, because I don't want to deal with the spoilers, because there's this many people are saying like it's going to be a hell of a good movie. Like, I don't feel like dealing with spoiler avoiding like I did with Ant-Man for the past 4 months or however long it was.
Just so crazy to see. Like, The Dark Knight is still the standard since 2008. Nothing has gotten close, and I know, Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture, and so was Joker, which the second one I still don't understand. But if this movie, The Flash, is nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars next year, I mean, I'm not gonna like make a bet or anything. Like, I'm gonna go get a Flash tattoo or some shit. But I'll eat my words, because right now, based on the trailers, this looks like a good movie, but a run of the mill superhero movie that is connected to a bigger thing. So we'll see.
And I will say this, it's also something that we know what this is. We know it's Flashpoint. They're doing a different spin on Flashpoint. Um, so it's another multiverse story, so they're going to have a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to be anything like Dark Knight. Could it be as good as Dark Knight? Depends on who you ask, I guess. But that's really comparing apples and oranges. Dark Knight is a film. It is a masterpiece of all proportions. It doesn't have to be a superhero film. It's a very good film in general. This movie, from what I've heard and seen on the internet, it seems like there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cool characters, a lot of justice done to characters, which makes it a good comic movie. So, like, if you're asking what's a better comic movie at the end of the day, and I don't know what Flash is going to end up like, but if it ends up meeting that bar that everybody says it's hitting, if you're talking comic movie, it could probably be a better comic movie than The Dark Knight for sure. But film than The Dark Knight, I just don't see that happening. Like you said, it's a multiversal movie, so it's going to already take it out of that grounded reality that you got with The Dark Knight, so it's not going to be able to really be considered a great film from what today's standards are. So that's just my opinion on the whole situation though when you're looking at that.
Yeah. So don't listen to Tom Cruise. Don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. Form your own opinion when this movie comes out. Let's switch gears, though. Let's talk about probably our most anticipated movie of the summer, which is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The first Into the Spider-Verse movie I thought was a masterpiece, one of my favorite movies of all time. Here, the story's bigger. You have Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, as kind of the antagonist of this movie. You have Miles back, Gwen. You have Ben Reilly, who was revealed today to be played by Andy Samberg. This is going to be bigger in every single way. Eric, give me your thoughts on why we are looking so forward to this sequel.
Simply because of the first one. It's just the first one set the bar. Like I remember when the first one came out. I didn't even watch it in theaters because I didn't bother with it, but I saw it on, I think, where did I see it? On Netflix, and I was like, damn, I missed out. Like, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But here now it's just like it's the word of mouth. Everybody knows that this was a great story. The first one was a great story. The animation, the music, everything was perfect. And people they did what they're capitalizing on this, and this is what a sequel is supposed to be. And again, it just we might be digressing, especially for from the what we're talking about here, but just it's a great year for animated film because we had the Super Mario Brothers, who just had I think they just had over $800 million at the box office, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is probably going to get that, if not top it. So it's a good time for animation and film.
It is absolutely good. And then also this summer with animation, we're looking at, what is it, Elemental's coming out, and that movie looks really freaking good. Anything Disney Pixar puts out that's like that, like, I'm eating up immediately. I don't care how old I am, and if I have no children or not, like, I'm eating that shit up because it's always good, right? And it's always funny, it's always emotional, it's always a good story. But like Spider-Verse, I'm just excited because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and we're seeing all these different. I think I saw the PS4 Spidey a few times in there. Just the fact we're getting Ben Reilly's cool, a mention of the Marvel Universe, World 199999, just like all the shit we're gonna get in that. And like, if they don't make Spider-Man PS4 ridiculously OP, it's on, like, the movie's fake, because Spider-Man PS4 has machines shooting out of his like armor at all times and takes bullets, immediately regens health. So allow Spider-Man PS4 to have all that, please. Just a little bit of stuff like that would be great. But just in general, this summer has a really good slate of movies, especially superhero movies. Blue Beetle as well. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 here in a week and a half.
It's next Friday, actually.
Next
Friday.
Friday, yeah, it's a week and a half. Yeah, that's in a week. Shit. From recording. So I mean, just so many good things, and then we're not even done talking about like that's just the superhero movies, right?
Yeah, and that's what we're going to get into next, which is honorable mentions outside of the superhero movies, because that's our shit that we like to talk about. Obviously, people that follow this channel, but I think that there are some really great movies, like Gerald was saying. Honestly, I'm very, very excited for the Barbie movie, which is something I never thought I would say, but that shit looks so meta, and like it's not going to take itself seriously. You have like Ken and Barbie going into the real world, and I am 100% psyched for that one.
Yeah, I read somewhere that Barbie apparently has like a mental health. I don't even know what she has. She has some kind of like internal crisis where she's like, I can die at any moment, or like I'm not even alive, or some shit. So that's why she goes into the real world. I don't know. I mean, it seems funny as hell. Like you said, it seems meta, and I know my girlfriend's gonna want to see it, so I'll probably end up seeing it anyway. So, I mean, as long as it's good. Also, like I saw a lot of is Simo Lee in that movie.
He is.
Yeah.
He's another Ken.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at the trailer, I was like, wait a minute, like.
Issa Rae's a Barbie. Yeah, nah, yeah. If my fiance wants to see it, I'm gonna get a ticket. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Get a ticket. But yeah, there's that. There's the Little Mermaid coming out on the 26th.
Yes.
We touched on Elemental, Transformers. The second trailer looked good. I'm just like, man, there's a lot of stuff coming out.
Apparently, Fast and Furious is having two, part
Fast,
1
yeah.
and 2.
Yeah. So this franchise numbered all their installments until Fast 10, and they're like, you know what? Fast 10 Part 2 it is to end the series. I was like, all right.
You know what else we're also forgetting that we haven't mentioned? Indiana Jones is coming out.
That's right.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
What else? Oh, dang, that was another one.
But I saw a video about Indiana Jones the other day, and I can't get it out of my head, and I'm going to tell it to y'all now since it's a podcast. It could be funny. But if the song do 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 do, it kind of sounds like someone is muffled and trying to say Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb over and over again, and now you won't be able to unhear that. You're
That's
welcome.
right. Yeah. I'm going to put pictures of Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb over this part of the episode too.
Yeah, I'll send you the talk later.
Yeah. Yeah, Transformers. I love Beast Wars as a kid. You have Oppenheimer coming out for like the serious crowd, I guess. And yeah, it's going to be a fun ride though, guys. Anything else you guys want to add though before we get out of here?
No, I was trying to make sure my dog doesn't eat any pizza off the table. So I was just like, oh, snap. What's going on? But yeah, no, it's definitely a good summer movie slate. Again, I know since the pandemic, everybody's wondering, is what's going on with movie theaters? But I mean, this is some of the best times for movie theaters, movie theater goers. Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, and I mean, we're excited for all these, and we're probably going to review all of these. But I mean, if the viewers or listeners have any movies that maybe is not on our radar, like send them to us, and maybe we can get a
Mutant
review
Ninja
on.
Turtles.
That one's one that we got to see. I mean, and there's tons that we didn't mention in this 13-minute podcast. So
yeah, we're not watching Shazam, so don't send us that one.
No, I watched that. I watched
Yeah.
that, and like my review is taste the shitstorm.
There you go. That's our review of Shazam 2.
Shazam 2. Taste the shitstorm.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this has been Box Office Quarterbacks. That's Eric. That's Gerald. I'm Jeff. We'll talk to you guys very, very soon.